Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss about the time management API. Time management means if you want to delay one task for some time, if you want to delay that any task for a particular time. So we will cover in this video, and we will also cover the syntaxes used in the MuCOS 2. If you want to write the code and if you want to add some delay, so what should be the syntax for giving 2 seconds delay, 2 milliseconds delay. So we will cover all this part in this video. So let's begin with the learning outcomes. So learning outcome is, after completing this session, student will be able to what outline the syntax of time management function used in the MuCOS. So time management API. So available time operations are, means the available time operations in the MuCOS 2 are, first one is delaying a task. If you want to delay a particular task, so we will cover that one. Second is resuming a delayed task, and third one is system time getting and setting. So we will start from the delaying task. So how you will provide the delay to particular task. So MuCOS 2 provides a service that allows the calling task to delay itself for a user specific number of clock ticks. So you must be confused that clock ticks. So if I will give 2 clock ticks, 3 clock ticks, so that will delay a task for particular time. So there are two ways, we will learn it one by one. So again I am repeating, MuCOS 2 provides a service that allows the calling task to delay itself for a user specific number of clock ticks. This function is called as OS time delay. So concentrate on spelling. That is OS time DLY. Calling this function causes a context switch and forces MuCOS 2 to execute the next highest priority task that ready to run. So if one task is running and that task is calling OS time delay, so what will happen? Kernel will run next higher priority task than that one. Now the syntax is void OS time DLY. So in this function we have to pass, this is unsigned integer of 16-bit. So it is of ticks. We have to pass number of ticks to this function. So ticks, what is the meaning? The time delayed that the task will be suspended in number of clock ticks. So if you are passing one tick, so that corresponds to 1 millisecond, 2 millisecond. Okay. So one tick corresponds to 10 millisecond. So if you want to, not 10 millisecond, one tick is corresponds to 5 millisecond. So 10 millisecond time. So tick interrupt is of 10 millisecond. So there is one interrupt, that is OS tick ISR. So after that there will be one, there are many higher priority tasks, so that will execute here. If you are calling this function, that will execute here. And in this the lowest priority task, various lower priority tasks, when that task call OS time delay, and in that if one is passed, means it is one tick here, so it will execute or it will delay its execution for 5 millisecond. But before this this 10 millisecond part is completed, so this part is again it will start. Now after 5 millisecond, this function or this lower priority task will again execute. Why? Because there is no higher priority task. But if this time is very less, if you want to execute more than 5 millisecond, let us say 2 milliseconds, so what we have to do? We have to call OS time delay function, same, but you have to pass 2 ticks, so that this task, lower priority task, will delay for 10 milliseconds. Okay. Now OS time delay is a very useful function, but in application needs to know the time in term of ticks. Why? Because you cannot predict that one tick means 1 millisecond. So you must know so how many ticks you need for a particular time. So you can use the global hash defined constant, that is OS ticks per second, to convert time to ticks by declaring some hash define as that already declared, or you can declare your side from. So hash define OS time for it is 100 milliseconds. So this is formula for giving 100 millisecond tick. So this will give you number of ticks to for giving 100 millisecond. So this is macro definition. OS time 100 millisecond, OS time 500 millisecond, OS time 2 milliseconds. Hmm? So what do you think? Will it be useful or not? This function is very useful, no doubt. But what do you think? Is it useful if you want to use time for 10 millisecond, let us say. So again, you have to define macro as a OS time 10 milliseconds and all. So this process is somewhat awkward. So for that one, we have one different function. So let's discuss it. So function for giving by specifying the time. So delay time, that is syntax is OS time DLY HMSM. What do you think? What it is? Guess it. H means it is related to time. H means hours. M means what do you think? Minutes. S means second. And what does it mean? M means again minutes. No, it is millisecond. So the function name is or syntax is OS time DLY HMSM. So the syntax is hours, it is integer of 8 bit unsigned, then minutes, seconds, millisecond. So hours means the number of hours that time the task will be delayed, same for minute, same for second, number of second, and the last one is milliseconds, the number of milliseconds. So how many arguments will this syntax will have? OS time delay HMSM, it is having 4 arguments. So for that one, that time that task will be get delayed. Now if you want to delay a task for 2 seconds and 50 milliseconds, so number should be, you will call this function, then in first argument you will pass 0 0, then 2 second, then 20 milliseconds. So 2 comma 20. So this is how you will use this OS time delay function. Previous one was little bit complicated, but this function is very useful and it can be used by everyone. Now next is how you will resume a delayed task. Means you want to resume a delayed task. So instead of waiting for time to expire, a delayed task can be made ready to run by another task that cancel the delay. Means if one time is calling delay function, if you want to resume the task, so you will call resuming delay task function. This function is done by, sorry, this action is done by calling which function? OS time delay resume function, and specify the priority of the task to resume. Syntax is simple: OS time delay resume. Again, the argument you have to pass, that is priority you have to pass. OS time delay resume, in that you have to define the priority. So priority is specifies the priority of the task to resume. So this is how we will use resuming a delayed task. So next is system time. Whenever a clock tick occurs or MuCOS2 increments a 32-bit counter. Clock tick. Whenever the clock tick occurs, MuCOS2 increments 32-bit counter value. This counter start at 0 when you initiate multitasking by calling OS start, and rolls over 4294. If you will find out the 32-bit counter, then it will have this much of ticks. As a tick rate of 100 Hz this 32-bit counter roll over every 497 days, because if the tick rate is 100 hertz, then tick time will be 1 upon 100 second. Now 1 upon 100 second, it will roll for this many number of ticks, so it will use 497 days. So you can obtain the current value of the counter by calling OS time get function. So this is what OS time get means. Current time you can obtain, or current value you can obtain by this counter by using this function OS time get. You can also change the value of the counter by calling OS time set. So set time, get time. So you can change the value of the counter by calling OS time set. Now up till now we have discussed various points related to the timing. First one is how you will use delay function, means delaying a task. If you want to delay the task for 2 seconds, 10 seconds, based on number of ticks or number of, or based on specific time. It may be hours, minutes, then seconds and milliseconds. Next, we have covered the point related to resuming a delayed task. Means one task is running and you want to resume that. So that is also covered. And next is system time getting and setting. So have you understood all the syntaxes? Now let's move on to the next video.